After House of the Dragon, here's what's coming next in the Game of Thrones universe. With at least 5 prequels and spin-offs reportedly in the works, HBO and George R. R. Martin are gearing up to build the world of Westeros into the next MCU. Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon mastermind George R. R. Martin's great ambition has long been for his fantasy world to evolve into a fully fledged media universe. His North Star? Marvel's own cinematic universe, which remains the gold standard of franchise expansion, even if it has fell off a bit. The MCU has the Avengers, but they also have something offbeat like WandaVision. Martin told The Hollywood Reporter in July 2022, "That's what I hope we can do with these other Game of Thrones shows, so we can have a variety that showcases the history of this world. There are only so many times you can do a competition for the Iron Throne." So far in Thrones land, we've had the bloody, brutal, incestuous civil war of Game of Thrones and the bloody, brutal, incestuous civil war of House of the Dragon. But as Martin said, there are plenty of stories to be told in Westeros, and not all of them revolve around the struggle for the big chair. There are at least 4 Thrones spin-offs that we know are in active development. Others, such as the aptly titled Jon Snow series Snow, have been shelved indefinitely or have been presumed scrapped after years of silence, like the prequel that was going to cover Robert's rebellion, the conflict that saw Mark Addy ascend to the throne before the original show. With at least a few years to wait until the Dance of Dragons kicks off proper in House of the Dragon Season 3, here's everything we know about the other Thrones spin-offs to come. Sandwiched between House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones with a century on either side, a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms zooms in on the travels and travails of a young, naive, but courageous knight, Sir Duncan the Tall, and his diminutive squire, Egg, per the official synopsis. It's based on Martin's tales of Dunk and Egg, a series of fantasy novellas chronicling the mischief, hijinks, and brave quests enjoyed by this improbable pair of pals. It'll be something of a buddy comedy without the cops, by the sounds of it. Think the Thrones scenes with the Hound and Arya, but on a series-long scale. HBO, if you're reading this, boy do we have an idea for you. Per Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav, the show will premiere in late 2025, and in a report posted yesterday, Empire noted that it has been filming for close to a couple of months now. Vikings. Valhalla's Peter Claffey portrays Sir Duncan the Tall, and 9-year-old Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds, and Snake's breakout Dexter Solancel is Egg. We're yet to actually see a major character who nevertheless looms large over the events of both Thrones and Dragon, and that's because he was around hundreds of years before either of them kicked off. Aegon the Conqueror became the first king of Westeros after he founded the Targaryen dynasty and united the Seven Kingdoms under his dragons, and the show will chronicle his ascent to power. The series is being scripted based on passages from Fire and Blood, the fictional history of Westeros penned by Martin. In House of the Dragon, also based on Fire and Blood, Viserys, Paddy Considine, reveals that Aegon foresaw the invasion of the White Walkers that takes place in the final season of Thrones. He subsequently prophesied that the only way to prevent this endless winter would be a united nation protected by dragonfire. Such was Aegon's justification for his Westeros-sized land grab. In February this year, screenwriter Mattson Tomlin told Entertainment Weekly that he was actively putting pen to paper with Martin. "That one is very early days where I'm currently writing the script, currently doing a lot of great back and forth with George," he said, comparing it to scripting a biopic about a historical figure like Napoleon or Alexander the Great. Another major historical figure in the Thronesiverse, the warrior Princess Nymeria, is set to get the series treatment in the coming years. She inspired the name of Arya Stark's direwolf, such as her iconic status in Westeros. Legend says that she commanded a powerful fleet of 10,000 ships, hence the title of the series, and she later founded Dorne, the ancestral home of House Martell. This show has been in the works for at least a couple of years. In 2022, Martin confirmed that Person of Interest writer Amanda Sigel was scripting the project, but it has seemingly changed hands since, with Pulitzer-winning playwright Ebony Booth taking the helm. No word yet on when it'll come into port. The Sea Snake Hack in 9 Voyages. Release date, TBC, in development.